We'll see if this thing's leaking. Watch, I got it off. Oh, maybe it's holding. It was blowing by with the air, though. Or maybe not. We're gonna wait for it to fill up first. Yeah, I think it is leaking by. See, it's off. You still really hear it? That valve's bad. This valve's going to be replaced. We'll change that valve right away. It's all air. That's all air coming out. I'm going to change the valve before the water comes up here. Alright, I got the Simmons washing machine valve replacement. We'll take this one out and we'll give it the switcheroo. Change a lot of these valves. It's like anything else, anything mechanical breaks. I mean, it's just how it is. You know, it happens a lot of times. They don't get used, they don't get shut off and on all the time, and after a while they just malfunction. I mean, it's just part of life. There's an old saying that, they say everything breaks, and that's the truth. Everything breaks. If you don't think it does, you're living in a bubble. Everything breaks. What I usually like to do is mark them so I know what's what. Mark this one, that's hot. I'll put a mark on the back there so I'll know I won't have to water's off, right? I don't know what's off. I'd rather just change this before we get too far into this thing. It's easier to do it now while the water's off. You can see this love how it's straight. Sometimes they got a bend to them, and you have to look at that because the other handle has a bend in it. You better off putting the same handle that's in here, or you're gonna have an issue with the cover going back on. A little tip, mama. Another thing you want to do when you do this is see these back screws. You want to loosen these back screws up a little bit. So when the new one goes in there, if it's a little bit off, these can move a little bit. If you don't have that play in there when you put the new one on, sometimes those back gaskets don't line up properly, and you're in trouble. I'm going to change these gaskets. There's gaskets in there. I don't know if you can. I'm gonna have to get my drop light. But there's gaskets back there that need to be changed. You're gonna put new gaskets in there. You're gonna have issues. You don't want no issues. You don't want no floods. So it's important that you do it properly. You don't want to get this gasket out and put the new gaskets in. I mean, that's how it is. You don't want to put that in with the new unit. I mean, you gotta give it a new gasket. Stop boom. Stop boom. See how this one's got a bend to it? The one I took out was straight. I'm going to use a straight one. You could just unscrew it and reuse the old handle. It's a little tech tip, mama. A little tech tip. I can hear the birds chirping out there. I'll reuse that handle. See it? So we're not going to reuse these, we're going to use the same ones that are in there. We got the two new gaskets. We'll put the two new gaskets in there. Yeah, see, there it is right there. One side's got a bigger shoulder than the other. You gotta get it in a certain way. Alright, and that goes in there like that. And you got the new screws and you got these fiber washers that you need to put on there like that. Now one thing about these valves is when I turn the water on, I'm going to have to come up here quickly and make sure that it's not leaking. Because sometimes they do leak. I mean, it's just the way these are. That's why I loosen up these back screws. So when I tighten this up, if it can pull in and go where it needs to go. Because there's always, 50-50 that it's going to hold the first time. Sometimes you have to take them apart and readjust them to make them work properly. That's been my experience. We'll turn the water on and we'll check it. We'll come up here and make sure that there's no leaks before we continue. We'll turn the water back on and we'll see what happens here. We'll give it the old gun there, mama. Give it the old gun there. Alright, I'm feeling safe with that. I don't see it leaking, so. You notice how I turned that water on gingerly. See how I mark this so I know what goes where? tight. Looks tight to me. We'll turn on the machine here. Hang on a minute. Alright, it's working. Now you see how the handle, if we were to use the bent handle, these screws wouldn't line up. We have a couple of screws loose, Mama. Oh yeah, next level. Next level, y'all. He's got a couple of screws loose, Mama. I work on a lot of these valves. I mean, it's a decent valve. They got the Watts and they got the Symmons, some of the most two common ones up here for washing machine valves on my way. And, you know, they do have the regular boiler drains coming out of the wall too, but this makes like a nice box. Everything's in the wall, the pipe's in the wall, drain pipe. And drain in there and we're good to go. That's good to go right there. Turn that on and we're gonna bleed all the stuff anyway, so